Hello everyone and welcome to another Verbing class. Tonight's class is on Describe What You See. Hello Marcio.
Oh, hi.
Hi, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Hola.
Hola.
What part of Brazil are you from?
I'm from Northeast.
Northwest, where it's really warm.
No, not Northeast. Northeast.
Well, it's still very warm in
It's
the Northeast.
yeah, it's very hot.
Yeah. And how have you been? Is this your first class?
With you, it's my first class with you.
Okay, great. Well, today's class is fun, Mauricio. What we're going to do is we're going to practice conversation. And what we're going to try to do is use descriptive words such as adjectives. And I'll explain more later, but I'm essentially going to show you some pictures and I want you to tell me what it reminds you of or if it makes you think of something you would like to do. And we'll get started shortly.
Okay.
Hello, Ivan.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Ivan. Where are you from?
From Bogota, Colombia.
Colombia. Okay,
I've been
South
in
America as well.
yeah, I've been in your class several times.
Okay. I will say it's a little difficult to hear you. It sounds like a bit of your voice is a bit garbled. Is your microphone set up properly?
Can you hear me well? No?
Better, but it's hard. It's kind of like you're talking far away.
Let me try this. Um, the headset.
No difference, but I can get by. We'll be okay.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It's better, yes.
Difficult?
It's better. It's not great.
I'm sorry, it's my best. I don't know. I don't have any other headset.
No worries. We'll do the best we can, okay, Ivan?
Okay.
All
Thank
right. Hello, Hyde.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Good to see you. How's your week?
These weeks, every day we have rain, heavy. Sometimes it's heavy, but sometimes it stops. So it caused a flood or a landslide, and we had a lot of disasters.
I'm sorry to hear that. Here it's rather cool, Hyde. This time of year it shouldn't be as cold as it is, but it's 17 degrees right now.
Yeah. This place is quite cool because of rain. So
I'm sure it is. Well, I'm glad you could make it tonight. Looks like we're going to have a busy class. Raphael, hello, sir.
Hello, Sam. Good evening.
Good evening. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm afraid to ask, but may I ask how your week is?
Very, very busy. Very stressful, tiresome.
I know. Well, Raphael, let's try and make this an enjoyable and fun class then, shall we?
Okay. That sounds great.
Excellent. All right, and besides you, I see we have Nestor. Hello, Nestor.
Hi, hello.
Where are you from, Nestor?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico, our neighbor to the south. Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you in the mountains, by the coast, or in the highlands?
No, I live in San Luis Potosí, in the middle of Mexico, in the center of the country.
Okay, and what's the weather like there normally?
It's warm, maybe 22 degrees.
Okay.
Great.
Excellent. Well, sounds good. I'm glad you could make it. What I want to do now is introduce myself because many of you have never been to class with me before. My
Yeah.
name is Simon, and I've been teaching online for several years now, and I've been with Verbling now for, I'd say, a good 5 months. I have a teacher page here, and if you go to my teacher page, that's this link here, it will show you my next 6 classes and when they start in your local time. It also tells you a little bit about me, okay? If my classes are something that you like and want to know when they're coming up, click follow me and you'll get little messages before my classes start. Okay? So where am I from? Well, if you go to my teacher page, it'll say I'm from a cold and far northern country by the name of Canada. Well, that's true. It is cold here, and the country's name is Canada. So what are we doing this class? Well, we're going to practice conversation. But I have a secondary objective. Besides talking, it's to get you talking by using as many descriptive sentences as possible, using adjectives. Instead of describing a movie, you could say a boring action movie, or a very funny comedy movie, or comedic movie. Right? Practice using as many adjectives as you can to tell a more descriptive story with more detail. So what I'm going to do, as an example here, I'm going to share out an image. And what I would like you to do, you could do a couple of things. It's your choice. When you look at the image, you could describe a memory you have. What does this remind you of? Tell us why it reminds you of that. Or maybe when you look at the image, it makes you think of something you would like to do. Or maybe even it reminds you of a news event. I don't know. Or if you don't want to go into too much detail about things that might be personal, you could just describe the image. I'll leave it up to you guys. But let me start here. So if this was my image, I would say, I can see a ship in a bottle, and this reminds me of a video game I used to play many years ago called Assassin's Creed. It's a game based in the 1700s. You're the captain of a ship, a large ship. It's got cannons, it's got tall masts, and it's powered by the wind. It reminds me of the adventures I would go on, sailing the seas, looking for treasure, and exploring the land. It reminds me of the Caribbean, a very warm and inviting place, a place I've yet to visit, but I would like to someday. Who knows, maybe even in Mexico or Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago. There's a lot of places. Okay, so there's an example of what I did for that image. So I'll let Raphael go next. And let's see. Oh, I've got one here. Raphael, are you ready, sir?
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully there's something fun you can think of related to this here.
I can see a guy riding a canoe,
Canoe?
and maybe he's practicing, maybe he's training for some competition, or maybe just relaxing with some outdoor activity. It reminds me that I've never tried this riding a canoe.
Yeah.
How can I see? I can see
I think the phrase you're looking for is paddling a canoe.
Paddling canoe, okay. And it reminds me that I ought to do more outdoor activities.
Yeah? What colors do you see here? Describe some of the colors to me. Imagine I'm blind.
Okay, a red canoe.
Yeah.
He seems to be in the woods because you can see some trees in the back of the image. Maybe some grass. And it seems to be a sunny day. According with the shadow, it seems to be an afternoon or something like something around 4 or 5 p.m. due to the sun position.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a calm. It seems to be a calm river because we don't see waves. And that's it.
Excellent. Okay, a couple of words here. Canoe, that's the type of boat we see there. Very popular in Canada. Okay, and maybe that's, or you know what, maybe that's a kayak. That looks more like a kayak than a canoe because if you've noticed, he's sealed up in it. There's nothing to sit on, so I think that's more of a kayak than a canoe. And how does he move? Well, by paddling. And you're right, it could be a river, but it could also be a lake. Well done, Raphael.
Thanks.
Right, Nestor, it's your turn.
Okay.
When you see this image, what does it make you think of?
Okay. I'm going to talk about that. I imagine that I am in a new planet that is not the Earth. It's warm. There are mountains too. The people look friendly, but they have big. Everybody there have um, big and beautiful wings. They can fly.
I like your imagination. Keep going.
And I can talk with them because they speak a strange, very different language that I've never listened or heard. But I understood that they are going to teach me. They're going to. They say that I'm going to be able to fly like them. So I
Nice.
feel happy. But I think that it's very dangerous because maybe I will die. What else? They don't have any more. I don't know how to express, but they don't have car. They don't have any way to uh, any kind of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
I have to use adjectives. Okay. Everybody have a large and blonde hair. They only have one big eye in the middle of his face or the face, with a big. It's a big and it looks. Their eye looks angry, and it's red.
Excellent. Wow. Very descriptive, and I'm impressed. Well done. I was actually imagining this world, or as you said, another planet or world. Well done. Let me hear you say a few words. Can.
Yeah. Can. Yeah.
Can.
No. Teach car.
Can.
Can.
Teach.
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 Okay, you're going very fast. Just go slow. Say E.
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 Teach.
Teach.
Better. Cars.
Cars.
Excellent. In my classes, I do a bit of pronunciation as well, but again, the focus is on using descriptive sentences, and you did a great job. Good use of improvisation, creative license. You described a world, and I don't know about everybody else, but I was picturing it in my mind's eye, so well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, today's class isn't all about travel, but it certainly seems that that's the theme we have right now, doesn't it? Well, Marcio, my friend from Brazil, here is
Yeah.
your image. What do you think? What comes to mind?
Uh, it might remind me, this picture reminds me my trip to Miami 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was in vacation with my wife. We went to a lot of beaches, good restaurants, shoppings. We bought everything. It was a good vacation.
Nice.
Then and what else? We went to Miami and other cities in United States. We went to California too. Went to San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
and we also went to Disney parks in Orlando. We went to Magic Kingdom, Epcot Center, Animal Kingdom, and Universal parks too, and also SeaWorld. It was a great trip. I think that's it.
Okay, let me hear you say a few things. On vacation.
On vacation.
Yeah, we don't go in vacation, we go on vacation.
On vacation, okay.
SeaWorld.
SeaWorld.
Yeah, SeaWorld.
SeaWorld.
Okay, Nestor,
Yes.
you say you can't see the pictures?
No, I can't.
Click on my name because I'm sharing them out so it's in my video feed.
Yeah, but I only see your picture with a woman.
Well, that's really bizarre. The reason I share them out this way is because, well, it's the one way that everybody can see it. So Nestor, when we get to you, we'll just be more creative, okay? Because I don't know how to get it. It's so simple. It should work. If it's not, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do to get it working. But we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
All right, Ivan, it's your turn. What comes to mind when you see this picture?
Well, mm, it reminds me my kindergarten times, when I see these kids playing around, having fun, no matter what's outside, no matter uh, in, no matter what time it dedicates to play each other. It reminds me innocence and funny times.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can see that. Reminds you of when you were young, does it?
Right.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Hyde, you're next.
Mhm.
What kind of picture am I going to show for you?
The same picture.
No. Going to come up with something different. But I think it's a good one, though. What comes to mind when you see this picture, Hyde?
Mhm. Yeah, all the things are related to my hobby. When I was a child, I made some, let's say, some toy. My mother some, mm, bought me some science magazine. So it had some additional thing to make something. So I made some car or guns or something with using that additional thing of science magazine. Then I'm Japanese, so people like what's the origami? We call it origami. We use the paper, simple paper, to make bird or a house or many things. We use some colorful papers. Then particularly I made crane kind of bird.
A
Crane,
crane? Yeah.
yes, crane the most popular origami in Japan. Someone, if when someone in hospitalized, we need to make a lot of crane. Then we connect each other like ornament. Then we bring that to the hospital. Each crane means pray the people getting better.
Nice.
1,000 cranes, it's very good. As many people make crane, it's much better because our praying power concentrates to the crane.
Now, Hyde, can you tell the class what origami is?
Origami is it's Japanese specialty. We make we use the paper, simple paper, to make everything. For example, panda or a dragon in the house, simply bird or anything.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Hyde. Do me a favor, though. Say the word related.
Related,
Related.
related.
Excellent. All right, we have another student who just snuck into the classroom. Keiko.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, good to see you again.
Good to see you too, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Guess what we're doing in this class?
Using the picture.
Yeah, so for example, it's your turn now. You can see a picture there. What I want you to do is tell me what comes to mind. Does this remind you of something? Or when you see this picture, does it kind of remind you of something you would like to do?
Yes,
It's up to
teacher.
you. Go ahead.
It reminds me the early 90s when internet when PC personal computers and the internet started to become popular.
Mm-hmm.
The word on the screen, hello, reminds me those messages sent from large distance, that today appears to be very primitive, but on that eve sounds very innovative, and people felt psyched by the novelty, by the possibility of communicate through large distances in an instant.
Yeah, communication was incredible at that time because the only way we could do it before was through the expensive telephone or through mail, which took forever. Now you could send a message instantly.
Yes, these first types of personal computers today appear very primitive, but in those in that epoch when only big enormous computers that occupied many square meters, sometimes one entire floor level of a building, for example, of an institute, of a university. The possibility of having a personal computer sounded very, very exciting, and it was really innovative.
Yeah, it was. I think back, I was in college when the internet started to become a big thing, and prior to that we used modems, and it was very exciting. Let me help you with a few words. You said epoch. Now, when we're having a conversation, normally we would say something like, back in the day, or let's see, during those days, or in the 90s. We wouldn't necessarily say epoch. That's not how, or the eve of something. Yeah, okay, so eve is more common. Yeah, you might say on the dawn of the internet, right? The dawn, the beginning.
Okay, teacher.
More common. Also, many square meters. In that same example, we might say they took up a lot of space. Computers took up entire rooms.
Okay, teacher. It sounds better. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, great job. Very descriptive. You took me back good 20 years. I appreciate that.
Thank you, teacher.
All right, we're back to Raphael. Raphael, I've got a different image for you here. Tell me, what's going on in your mind when you see this?
It reminds me that I've never had patience to wait hours and hours just to mount these teeny tiny objects with so many pieces on it, and it's like a puzzle, or I don't know. It can be a therapy, or for people, you know. Maybe when I get older, I might have I could be more inclined to do these things, you know. But of course, when you see it's done, it's very beautiful. It's like to appreciate. It's fun to appreciate, but I don't have patience to mount these things. You know.
Yeah, I know. You know, I used to do them a lot when I was younger. I loved putting together models, especially ones of planes. I just loved flying, and it's funny when I look at this image, Raphael, I see a lot of military craft here, and when you're a kid, you don't see it in a military view. You just see it as sailing or flying. Thank you, Raphael.
Thank you.
All right, Nestor, you can see the images now, sir, can you?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. Okay, a different image for you. What comes to mind when you see this?
What is that? A hamburger?
Well, a BLT means this. Bacon, what does the E stands for? Well, lettuce and tomato. I forgot what the E stands for.
Egg? Egg? No.
Yes, egg, right. Because we normally call them BLTs. Okay? But this one company calls it a belt, so that would be an egg, yes. But BLT means bacon, lettuce, and tomato. All right, sorry, go ahead, Nestor. We're taking your thunder.
Well, that I have never seen something like that. Maybe because I am from Mexico, but okay, I'm going to imagine. That remind me when the fast food start, when you after you only can eat in your house, you have to cook something, but suddenly appeared the belt, and they were not so good like now. They have improved the way that they made them, but I didn't like that they had egg, because if I want to eat on the street, or I want to eat out of my house, I don't want to eat egg because I have egg in my house. So mm, I don't know what else. Maybe the bread was not so good, and if you didn't eat all the belt, you couldn't take it and and save it in the refrigerator, because it didn't have conservadors. So if you don't finish at the moment, you was not going to eat it the next day.
That's right, because you need cold air for preservation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so fast food, I think what you're saying is more the proliferation of fast food. Fast food wasn't very common when we were younger, but then all of a sudden it became very popular. Let me hear you say the word egg.
Egg.
Egg. Egg.
Egg. Egg.
G. Say g.
Egg.
Say g. Just g. G.
Go.
Egg.
Egg.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. What image can I come up with next? How about this one? All right, Marcio.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see a dog and a horse.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, it reminds me when I was a kid. I had a dog. I had a dog that he was very funny. He's we played a lot with him, but I didn't have a horse, just just a dog. Uh, what else? What I can see.
I think you're just surprised that instead of taking a dog for a walk, a dog is taking a horse for a walk.
Yeah, but he can't. It's very heavy.
It's very big, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. I saw this picture and I just thought, wow, that's
Yeah.
just so bizarre.
Yeah. It's difficult to express in words this picture.
It is indeed. So for Ivan, I've got a lot more, well, I got a more realistic picture here. And Ivan, if you could describe this, or what comes to mind when you look at this picture?
One are realistic. Oh, let's see. I describe a cat doing a fantastic hobby that he's involved in. He's really enjoying it. Or maybe not. He's kind of focused on the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's been doing this for a while.
Now, what do we call that? What sport is the little, well, what do we call a little cat? What's the word for a little cat, a baby cat?
Kitty.
Kitten, yeah. And what is the kitten doing?
He's skiing.
Water skiing.
Water skiing.
Yeah.
Okay, with one hand.
Yeah, he's a very, very, very strong kitty.
Yeah.
Now, if it's summer and we're all hanging around the beach, somebody might say, hey, who wants to go for a ski? It's pretty obvious that we're talking about water skiing because it's summer and there's no snow. If we say that same thing during the winter, hey, you want to go for a ski? It's pretty obvious you want to go cross-country or downhill skiing. Okay, so that's a strange thing about English. We always look at the context. All right, so always remember that. Think of the context.
So if I say ski is like what, I mean, with no context on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's clear.
All right, great.
Thank
All
you.
right, who is next? Hyde.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can come up with something a little more interesting for you. How about this one?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it happens even in Japan, hit and run. The car crash to the other car, it's parking on the street. So no one saw that scene. Then the car owner ran away from that place. But Japanese police had a very good technique. They gathered all fragments and paint. They analyze the paint, what car maker or what kind of car. Then finally, the person will be arrested. So people can't run away from the accident.
Excellent. What kind of accident did we call that?
Hit and run. No? Hit and run.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So guys, if you ever hear somebody talk about a hit and run, that's when you're in an accident and the other person takes off. It's a hit and run. All right, good, Hyde. All right, Keiko, I've got an interesting one for you. Are you ready for something different?
I accept the challenge, teacher, even though I don't know how I will go.
Okay, it's a disturbing image. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, okay,
All right,
teacher.
guys, I warn you, for those watching and participating, this is a disturbing image. For sensitive stomachs, you might turn away. Here we go.
Ooh, it's a very scaring picture.
Why is it scary?
It seems to be a strange being, like an ET, or maybe a mutant dog, perhaps a blind dog, and that is deformed. It's fur. He lost his fur, and his eyes seem to be blind. His teeth are defectuous, and he seems very suffered. Maybe he doesn't have food enough to feed himself. Maybe it was a result of a breeding of street dogs. It seems very strange, very suffered. I don't know if he will live much time.
Live much longer. He
Much
might not.
longer, yeah.
Okay, so yes, let me hear you say fur. Fur.
The hair of the dog.
Fur. Keko, let me hear you say fur.
Fur.
Very good. Excellent. Yeah, it was one of the most ugliest animals I've ever seen. I love dogs, but that one just gives me the creeps. How about you, Raphael?
About the dog?
Yeah, wasn't that a pretty scary looking dog?
Yes. It seems that he was from some horror movie or something.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well done. So, Raphael, I have a different image for you here.
Okay.
What comes to mind?
It reminds me when I started riding bicycles, and it was hard to learn because when my dad gave me my first bike, I was 6 years old. But I find it very difficult to ride it because it was hard to find a balance. You know, I fell down every time because it was hard. And the poor bike was we have to send the bike almost every week to the mechanical just to fix because uh, I since I fell down too much sometimes I had to send it to the mechanical, and but luckily I learned how to ride bikes. I found the right balance, and And I like to ride bikes since until even today. I like to ride bikes, but unfortunately I don't have. I had to sell my bike.
Oh,
Yes, and nowadays I don't have time to do it. Just, but it's fun. It's a healthy activity. Uh, it's good for fitness. Yeah, it's nice.
well, I'm glad to see that you stopped falling off your bike because that sounds painful.
It was really painful.
I still have my bike from when I was a youngster, and I use it to get to work sometimes. I rode my bike to work today.
Really.
Yep.
Okay, it's impossible here due to traffic, and I don't think Brazilians are really polite in traffic like Canadians.
Well, let's put it this way. It's because of traffic that I prefer taking my bike. The nice thing is I can go on the bus. I can take my bike on the bus, ride down, and then I can get off the bus and ride my bike the rest of the way. Or as I did today, I rode my bike the entire way to work. And then on the way home, the bus went past me. And we're like, oh, I missed the bus. So the bus stopped at the next stop, and so what I did is I kicked it down a gear, I went really fast, and I went all the way to the next stop and waited for the bus and then got on the bus. So I made it, and I had a while to wait too. Apparently he was at the stop for a while, so it was perfect. I caught the bus and I got home on time. All right, Nestor, it's your. Sorry, Raphael.
No, I just asked. It's just 4 kilometers.
One way,
4.1.
4.1 kilometers.
Okay, it's quite close. It's not so far.
No, it's pretty good. All right, Nestor, I've got a different image for you. What comes to mind?
Well, this picture remind me when I went to visit uh, a safari here in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
On in the safari, I love it because it's different to others. Because when you are right there, you inside the safari in your car, so you can drive your car through the safari, and you can see the animals very close to you. If you want to see a giraffe, for example, you can stop, you can take pictures, you can um, go down the windows. How do you say that? I don't know. Of the
Wind
car.
down the windows,
Uh-huh.
or you could just
Um,
say open the windows.
Open the windows. Uh-huh. And maybe you cannot take a picture like the woman. You cannot go out the car. But after when you finish the safari, they have a little zoo where you can see another kind of animals. And I remember that I took a picture with a little lion, and I
Oh,
have it. And that was great.
it does sound great.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, excellent. All right, Ivan, we're back to you, and your image is this. What do you think of when you see that? Ivan?
Oh yes. It's a guy driving his boat with wearing shiny weather um, going on. I think he's off the coast. Uh, Probably taking a trip to his hometown in Norway.
Yeah, could be. Does it look cold?
Probably thinking, yeah, it seems like it's getting cold.
What part of the world do you think it's from?
Norway.
Hmm?
Norway.
Yeah, very good. You saw the flag.
Yeah.
Well done. All right, excellent. Hyde, I have another image for you. Let's see. How about this one here?
Oh, it's very difficult. I've never experienced riding on horseback.
You've never done horseback riding?
No.
Wow.
I'm acrophobia, so I can't ride on horseback or even camelback, elephant back, maybe. Oh, there's the beach is very similar to Japan, the sand color, and there are many trees around the beach, very similar. Even in Japan, there are several horse riding clubs. Maybe you can see a similar scene in that place. There's some horse riding club is located very close to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
The people enjoy the riding on the horse. Maybe beach is very good because the sand is very soft, so it's gentle for the horse legs.
I don't know. I know that walking on sand can be a little difficult and running can be very funny.
Yeah, depend on the place. The upper side it's difficult, but very close to the seashore, it's quite easy because sand is quite hard by water.
Excellent. Anything else?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go to Keiko. And Keiko, please, sir, I don't know. What is this?
Oh. They are mutant beings, a mix of animals and plants that was grown in this farm by a farmer dedicated to innovative agriculture and land. I don't remember the word, but he is dedicated to grow plants and animals. He has cows, pigs, and chicken in his farm.
So we grow plants and we raise animals.
And raise animals.
Yeah.
Today, he's preparing to go to a fair to show his new development in genetic agriculture. Over this saw, we can see, for example, I don't remember the word for.
Well, while you're doing that, let me interrupt here. take a look at those creatures. Don't they remind you of baby birds? Baby birds that have swallowed a balloon.
Yeah, baby birds. Yes, baby birds without feathers.
Mm-hmm.
That are mixed with swine breast. They are full like a swine breast
Breast?
to feed the new piggies.
No, they certainly are strange. Now I'm going to give Raphael at least another turn, but before I do, just to remind you guys that you go to my profile page, you'll see that I have 2 classes tomorrow. One is on pronunciation, and the other one is dealing with icebreakers. And I haven't taught on Saturday in a while, but I have 2 classes this Saturday. One is role play, and the other one is headline news. So a great Saturday class. We'll role play with actual real-life events, and then, of course, we'll talk about headline news. Also, I have added a bunch more time to my schedule, so if any of you are interested in private tutoring lessons, they're available to either go with a 1 class to look at setting up a lesson plan, or if you have an idea of what you want, you can go into a 5 class, but just want to let you know I've added a bunch more time to support private classes now. Okay, as promised, it looks like I've got enough time for 1 more student. Raphael, sir. This is your image.
Okay. Well,
Oops, I just disconnected the image. Sorry. Well, you're going to have to remember what it was. What comes to mind, Raphael?
I watched this movie. I don't remember the name of the movie, but
Ice Age.
yes, Ice Age. And it was a fun story, more suitable for children, but they showed a little bit about the effects of global warming.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, they did.
in a funny way, I think. And what can I say? It was a fun movie. Due to this, one of the most, mainly because due to this animal. I don't know exactly the name of the animal. It's
Squirrel.
yes, it's a squirrel, and he's trying to eat this nuts, this walnut, but he can't. And he tries the whole movie trying to catch this piece of this food, and it was fun. It was fun, a fun movie.
It was indeed. And I hope you enjoyed the class too, because with less than a minute left to go, I want to thank each of you for coming to class tonight. It's good to have you here. Some of you I haven't seen in a while, Keiko, Hyde, and Raphael. And for those of you new, like Ivan and Nestor, it's good to have you here. Check out tomorrow and Saturday's classes. I do have some good ones there. Also, I think on Monday, because it's a holiday here, you'll notice I do have an early morning class and a noon class, so it's almost like the weekend. So check out my schedule for the next 6 classes, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you attending my class, and I do enjoy having each one of you here. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, teacher.
teacher. Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.